I heard you knocking.
Hey!
They went in for an adventure, but what they found was pure nightmare fuel. Tonight, you'll witness 6 terrifying moments that were never meant to be seen. What lurks in the woods might be far darker than you expect. Let's begin. The first video tonight comes from Valerie, Adventure Travel and Raw Moments, a solo female travel channel documenting the unfiltered reality of hitchhiking and wild camping around the world. Her videos show both the beauty of long-term travel and the moments when safety becomes a real concern, especially in remote places far from help. It is July 20th, 2023, in Aristanab, Kazakhstan, a quiet stretch of rural farmland where nights are pitch black, silent, and isolated, broken only by animals and the occasional passing farmer.
I can't believe I just called this man friendly. I'm so disappointed. It's 3 a.m. I heard a noise, someone was saying something. I opened the door of my tent and then he was there again, like very close. And he was like making a kissing gesture. I said, what? I was still like, I didn't understand what was going on because I just woke up, and he really tried to go into my tent. I had to stop him and push him away, and he said, what are you doing? No. Like clearly said, no. And he wouldn't understand, like he wouldn't want to understand. I was like in such a shock because I didn't get why, like what was happening, and I kept saying no, and he wanted to still like come inside. Eventually he said, yeah, phone to speak, like Google Translate, and I said, no, leave me alone, no, go. And I think I said this for 2 minutes straight until he finally left.
As Valerie settles into her tent, an earlier encounter weighs on her mind. Just before dark, a local farmer and his wife had walked straight into her camp, scrolling through her photos without permission and asking personal questions through Google Translate. They weren't aggressive, but the disregard for her boundaries left her uneasy. Later that night, the couple return. A flashlight cuts across the tent walls as they stand outside speaking to her again. They linger, their curiosity edging into intrusion. Valerie stays polite, but her voice tightens. Eventually, they walk back to their vehicle and leave her alone in the dark.
But, man, I've never had that before. And yeah, now he went back into his car. I don't know, will he return or not? So it's a bit stupid situation right now. And, I mean, so sad because they were friendly and stuff, but this really destroyed it, unfortunately. And it was the first time I didn't really feel 100% safe. I mean,
Around 3 a.m., Valerie wakes to footsteps approaching her tent. This time, it's just the man. No wife, no talking, only slow, deliberate movement coming directly toward her. He stops right outside the thin fabric, breathing close enough for her to hear. The atmosphere shifts instantly from awkward to threatening.
you can probably imagine I didn't catch so much sleep anymore. Only after the sunrise I dared to sleep, like maybe 1 hour before. I was listening to noises a lot, and everything kind of made a noise, especially when you're in a tent and you're just breathing, you make noises because your sleeping bag rubs the tent or something like that. So yeah, I wasn't comfortable falling asleep anymore. And I still have to understand what actually happened last night. What was that? Such a bad experience. I mean, nothing happened, but you never know how someone would react after he got rejected. I clearly said no, but also I didn't say it aggressively because my subconscious somehow wants to still keep control of the situation and pretend everything is not too bad, so he wouldn't be too offended to make a worse move. I don't know if you know what I mean. Sounds stupid, but I feel more safe when, I don't know, don't raise too much aggression in a way. When he was in the car checking my phone and he didn't care about me standing outside with the mosquitoes for like half an hour. It was 1:30 in the morning. Obviously I wanted to sleep and he didn't have the empathy to understand that. And the same thing was when he came to my tent expecting me to want to be with him for some reason, and he wouldn't take a no in this situation. Only after like 5 minutes of constantly saying no, 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 and like closing the tent. He clearly didn't have any empathy. He didn't understand that I was feeling bad, and I do feel unsafe in this situation, and he actually takes some of my courage because, if something like that happens.
Moments later, he starts trying to open her tent. Valerie reacts immediately, pressing her hands against the zipper to stop it from opening. Through the fabric, she can see him making kissing gestures toward her. She repeats no, firmly, but he keeps trying, unzipping, pushing, ignoring every boundary. The struggle lasts several minutes. Valerie holds the door shut, the man continuing to press forward until he eventually backs away, returning to his car and leaving her shaken in the silence that follows. Inside the tent, Valerie processes what just happened. After years of travel, this is the first time she genuinely felt unsafe and trapped. She shares the moment honestly with her audience, not to dramatize it, but to highlight the real risks solo travelers, especially women, sometimes face. Her calm but shaken voice tells the full story. A night that began with uneasy curiosity ended with her physically fighting to keep a stranger out of her tent. A moment that changed how she sees safety on the road. This video serves as an important reminder. Trust your instincts when something feels off. Valerie's experience highlights why solo travelers, especially women in remote areas, need exit strategies, communication plans, and the confidence to prioritize safety over politeness. Her willingness to share this moment helps others recognize warning signs before situations escalate. What would it take to get you out there alone, deep in the woods after dark? Curiosity? Bravery? Or would you rather keep your distance and let someone else make the terrifying discoveries? The next horrifying video comes from Alex Nino, a US-based trucking vlogger who films the reality of long-haul life on the road. His channel focuses on the real-world challenges of truck driving: endless pickups, long waits at docks, roadside meals, and the emotional toll of being away from home. His videos are casual, unfiltered, and honest, often mixing humor with the unpredictability of daily trucking. It is July 7th, 2023, at a small US truck stop near a fuel lane and parking area. The kind of place drivers pull into for a quick meal or a break before the next long stretch of highway.
All right, guys, we secured the bag. Now let's try this spicy tri-tip deliciousness. Shit. Barbecue sauce on my titties. Gosh. Oh my. That is the tastiest piece of meat I've ever put in my mouth. Woo, doggy. That was the best piece of meat I've ever tasted in my life. That was the juiciest piece of meat I've ever, that meat that I ate was so delicious. That meat was so thick. The tri-tip was good. Alright guys, so I grabbed a quick bite. I feel like today has been one of the worst days for me to eat. I ate kind of crappy all week. Pull out of the fuel lane and I'm gonna pull over there. I see a little area to park at. I'm gonna just pull up right here. Don't want to get in this guy's way. Oh man, I hope this guy doesn't get mad. Alright, that should be good, right? Right there. What is this guy doing? You good?
Well, what's your problem?
We're just gonna pull over to eat real quick, man.
You gonna run me over?
Oh, no. Oh, that cat almost got ran over though. Alright, me and this guy, I think he thought I was gonna hit him or something, but I almost caught that cat right there get hit. My barbecue sauce. Dude, this guy's coming back. What?
Hey, motherfucker, move out of the way.
Huh? Ben?
After a long day of delays and loading, Alex parks in a quiet corner of the lot. He finally gets a moment to himself, settling into the cab with a tri-tip sandwich he picked up inside. For a few minutes, it's peaceful. Food, AC, and a break from the road. Then he notices a man nearby acting oddly. At first, Alex assumes he's just wandering the lot or checking truck spacing. Nothing alarming yet, just strange behavior on an otherwise normal stop.
Are you good, man? Shit. Hey, what are you doing, dude? Hey. What the hell?
The man suddenly becomes more aggressive. He circles the truck, getting closer, moving with erratic energy. Alex realizes quickly that this isn't a routine interruption. Something about the stranger's behavior is off.
What the f? Oh, that guy's trying to fucking swing that at me. I don't know what that guy's problem was, but I'm out. Oh, look, he's coming back. He's coming back.
Hey, motherfucker, get the fuck out of here.
I'm just trying to eat, dude. I'm gonna leave. You're.
Hey, leave, man. Get the
Moments later, the man returns holding an object and swings it toward the driver's side of the truck. Alex reacts instantly, throwing the truck into gear and pulling away before the stranger can reach the cab. As he accelerates toward the exit, the man briefly runs after the truck. The sudden chase turns a quiet food break into a genuinely dangerous moment. Once he's safely away, Alex tells viewers he's okay, but the shaken tone says more than the words. The encounter is a reminder of how fast situations can turn at isolated truck stops, even in broad daylight. What began as a simple roadside meal became a frightening, unpredictable threat. The kind that every long-haul driver hopes they never run into, but sometimes do. Sorry to interrupt the video, but if you're enjoying it, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and right now, 80% of viewers aren't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really means a lot. Your support helps us continue creating awesome, creepy videos. Now, let's get back to the video. The next chilling video comes from Creepy Travels, a YouTube channel that blends travel, night exploration, and paranormal investigation. The host often camps alone in remote graveyards, dense forests, and abandoned sites, capturing strange noises, eye shines, and unseen movement without relying on staged scares. The tone is atmospheric, grounded, and centered on real experiences in the dark. It is November 17, 2025, in a heavily wooded mountain region in the United States, a remote area marked by isolated graveyards, narrow trails, and a lake surrounded by dense forest. Locals report repeated paranormal sightings here, and the night quickly proves why.
Hanging all in the trees at a spot that everybody has sightings of different things. I'll do a video. I don't want to talk too much about it until I do a video with y'all. This place.
Arriving late, the host sets up camp near the lake. The isolation hits immediately. No nearby houses, no other campers, just the quiet dark, pressing in from the forest. As he walks the trail, he hears footsteps circling him and a distant man's voice drifting through the trees, though no one is visible. Strange symbols carved into wood and scattered grave markers add to the tension, setting the tone for what becomes an increasingly uneasy night.
Person, because I was hearing leaf footsteps real close to me, but there was nobody there. I mean, it was all around me. Couldn't figure it out. And then I heard a man's voice, and the voice didn't sound like it was right there at me, so I don't know what it was.
Deeper along the path, footsteps close in again. A man's voice seems to move around him, impossible to place. The forest feels alive and watching.
Yeah, there's something watching me. Something's looking out behind that tree right there. That was eye shine. I just heard like somebody's watch. That was weird. That was weird. There goes those footsteps that you hear walking behind you. Yeah. I've got chicken bumps all over me.
Eye shine appears between the trees. Something stands just far enough away that he can't identify it. Only the reflection of eyes staring back. The footsteps continue, pacing him from the shadows.
What I've been dreading. Here is a graveyard. There's eye shine up in those woods. Several different places. Oh man, I really don't want to do this. I really don't want to.
As he approaches a graveyard, multiple sets of eye shine appear at once. Shapes shift between headstones and trees. The sense of danger spikes, and he hesitates to go any further.
Leaves. Hearing leaves back at the other end. That's what happened last time. Every hair on me is standing up. Oh.
Leaving the graveyard, the feeling of being followed intensifies. Leaves move on both sides of the trail. Footsteps echo behind him, steady and deliberate.
Get in my Bronco. I've already walked around. I had to put my phone on my stick with a light so y'all could see. I don't see nothing. Now I just heard something. That was close. That light on the...
Later, resting inside his Bronco, he wakes to the sound of someone trying the door. The interior light reflects off the glass, making it impossible to see outside. When he steps out to check, no one is there. No footprints, no movement, just silence. Back in the daylight, the host reflects on the night's events. No clear figure was ever seen, but the footsteps, eye shine, voices, and the attempted door entry left him genuinely shaken. The video underlines a simple truth about remote solo camping. Sometimes the scariest moments aren't paranormal. They're the moments where you realize you may not be alone, even when you should be. It's not always the wild that's dangerous. Sometimes, the most terrifying thing you can find in the woods is another person. The next shocking video of the night comes from Moxley's Paranormal World, a UK-based paranormal investigation channel where Moxley explores haunted houses, abandoned properties, and dark forests using EVP devices, K2 meters, and other ghost hunting tools. His videos rely on real-time tension and atmospheric storytelling, often filmed alone in isolated locations. It is May 23rd, 2024, in the Wailing Woods, United Kingdom, a dense forest with a long history of reported glowing orbs, distant cries, and campers leaving the area after terrifying encounters.
I've literally been walking up here now for a good 10 minutes and it just doesn't seem to end. I know where I want to be. It's down this way. Oh, body of water. Look at the mist coming off that. That's not creepy, is it? Can you see that mist? You can't see it. I've got my light full beam as well out here. I'm just glad I bought my trusted 3-night torch. Let's crack on. Just look how dense that is. That is so dense. Yesterday I come out, I brought my little lad with me, we've come out here, we flew the drone up, he wanted to do a bit of drone footage with me, bless him, so I brought him out just to check it out, see where it was that most of the activity goes on. I didn't tell him that, obviously. We got halfway and he's like, Dad, I want to go home, so only made it halfway.
Moxley pushes deeper into the overgrown woodland, recounting the unsettling history of the area. Past visitors reporting floating white orbs, disembodied cries, and sudden fear that drove them out at night. Mist rises off the nearby water, and the forest grows denser and darker around him. Alone, he keeps turning his head at subtle noises behind him. He prepares his EVP device, K2 meter, and Aztec death whistle, noting how the silence feels heavier the further he walks. Every twig snap and rustle adds to the tension.
What was that? I heard the animal.
A sudden noise erupts from the undergrowth. Moxley jolts, flashlight swinging as he scans the trees for movement.
Somebody out here likes to scare people out. There's also been people who come out here camping and they can't stay the full night because you terrorise them and they hear you screaming, you're crying. They've seen your shadow coming through the tree lines, and when they've went to investigate to see who's there, there's nobody there. Is that you watching to see what that...
He has his eye on you.
He has his eye on you. I've just got a bad shiver right down my spine. Who's got that eye on me? Who's here? Who's...
Halt.
During an EVP session, strange responses come through. He pauses, saying the atmosphere feels malevolent, describing a strong sense of something nearby.
It's me they see.
It's me they see. I was so concentrated, I can hear something in the distance, like walking through the woods. Like walking through the woods. Like walking through the woods. There we go. And it isn't no bird. Is there someone out there?
Footsteps and shifting movement echo through the forest. He slows his pace, convinced someone, or something, is trailing him in the dark.
But the night's not over yet. Still got an Aztec death whistle to do. So, warning, Aztec death whistle incoming. I literally stopped recording and I heard the biggest bang ever. You can only take my word for it. What the f*** is that? I hope the camera's picking all this up. There we go. That's coming from inside these woods. Don't like the sound.
A loud, sharp bang rings out deeper in the woods. Moxley stops immediately, listening for follow-up movement but hearing nothing, except the echo fading in the distance.
Right, that was definitely like movement to my left. That was 100% movement to my left then. But as I was saying...
Movement appears to his left, quick, low, and deliberate. He turns abruptly, sensing a presence just out of sight. Throughout the investigation, he continues provoking with his equipment, capturing odd noises and navigating the thick woodland while keeping his guard up. The forest feels increasingly hostile. After more than 2 hours inside Wailing Woods, he steps back onto safer trails, visibly drained. Moxley notes the negative, heavy energy in certain areas and suggests returning in the future with more equipment, possibly for an overnight stay. Despite the fear, he documents everything clearly, leaving viewers with the impression that Wailing Woods has more to reveal, and that he wasn't alone out there. We fear what we see, but it's what stays hidden, just out of sight, that unsettles us most. In the silence, the shadows often hold more danger than anything we could prepare for. The next video of the evening comes from Buckskin Drifter, an American overlanding YouTuber known for solo expeditions across remote desert trails, forests, and mountain passes. His channel focuses on off-grid travel and truck camping, capturing both the beauty and the unsettling stillness of the wilderness. Moments that sometimes shift unexpectedly into fear. It is October 31st, 2025, deep in the Utah desert, United States, along the Trans-America Trail, a silent expanse of open salt flats and scattered juniper trees under a full moon. Buckskin plans a quiet solo camp after a long day on the road.
It's pretty nice tonight. I think that's gotta be the prettiest sunset I've seen on the trip. So one of the things like I'm not used to about this whole like desert thing out here is just how quiet it is. Like I can literally hear the camera. That's all I can hear. I can hear the camera because I've got it recording, making like a little squelching noise, which I never hear. The Utah desert is a strange place at night. Under a full moon, the silence feels heavier, like the land itself is holding its breath.
As dusk fades, he sets up camp among isolated junipers, talking about the vast stillness of the desert. By nightfall, the silence becomes unnerving. He points out that he can literally hear the camera, the only sound being the faint whir of the recording gear in an otherwise motionless landscape. Under the full moon, the sand and trees take on an eerie, almost frozen appearance.
Miles from the nearest light, filming under the stars, when I felt it. A tap right on my shoulder.
Ah!
I froze. Every
I'll kill you.
instinct screamed that someone was behind me. I turned, but there was no one. Later, when I slowed down the footage, I saw it. A blur of wings in the darkness. Bats darting so close they brushed against me. For a moment, though, I swear, it felt human. Out here, beneath a cold desert moon, you start to wonder what really calls these places home.
While filming beneath the moonlight, something taps him on the shoulder. Firm, unmistakably human-like. He freezes. Spinning around, he finds no one. The silence feels heavier, pressing in from all directions. He scans the open desert, visibly tense, trying to make sense of the sudden contact.
Halloween, from the middle of nowhere. Morning.
Later, reviewing his footage, he spots a blur of wings cutting across the frame. He concludes it was likely bats brushing against him, but the sensation still felt wrong. Too direct, too deliberate. In the moment, it didn't feel like an animal at all. Combined with the absolute silence and the isolation, the fear intensifies.
Slept pretty good last night. And the whole thing with the bats, though. I mean, that really... I don't think I've been that scared ever since solo camping. I mean, it felt like a human tapped me on the back. You know, that's what it felt like. Which, You know, looking back at it, it's much more scary than an animal. I'll tell you that. You know, when you're solo camping out in the middle of nowhere, the last thing you want to feel is someone tapping on your shoulder or back. But
Even after the disturbance, the tension lingers. Every shift of sand, every faint rustle, every soft flap of wings feels amplified in the still desert air. He speaks quietly to the camera, admitting the incident left him more shaken than any wildlife encounter he's had before. The vast solitude turns the empty terrain into something that feels alive and watching. By morning, he recounts the event with lingering unease. He says it was the most frightened he's ever felt while camping alone. What unsettled him wasn't the idea of bats. It was how human that Tap had felt in a place where no one should have been. A reminder that in the remote desert, where silence stretches for miles, even a single unexplained moment can stay with you long after sunrise. Before the next clip, if you're enjoying the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and right now, 80% of viewers aren't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really means a lot. Your support helps us continue creating awesome, creepy videos. Now, let's get back to the video. The last video of the night comes from Rickles Outdoors, a UK-based YouTube channel centered on solo bushcraft, wild camping, and peaceful woodland exploration. The creator normally documents calm evenings in nature, hammock setups, small fires, and quiet reflection. But even the most familiar forest can feel different when something unexpected breaks the solitude. It is May 27th, 2024, somewhere within a remote woodland in the United Kingdom, a place he has visited many times, known for its dense greenery, springtime wild garlic, and dependable quiet. The camper arrives expecting another relaxing night in the woods. He talks briefly about how long he's been using this spot, over a year, and how reliable it's always been for a peaceful hammock camp. The plan is simple: gather some wood, set up, and unwind. But before he even starts unpacking, something in the distance stops him cold.
Well, that was a bit annoying. Just got to my spot where I really wanted to camp. I haven't camped there for about a year now, and there was someone there. He looked like a guy, but in ladies' laces. He, she, whatever, was half kid. I don't know, they've just been to the toilet or something, but yeah, they're sorting themselves out, and there was a big bag next to him, so I don't know if it was a traveller or something just going to the toilet, but it's right where I went to the camp. And I had a nice pile of logs now, I quickly got out of there. Made a bit of noise coming out, but yeah.
Approaching his usual clearing, he hesitates. A lone figure is already there, a man wearing women's lace clothing, partially undressed and rummaging through a large bag. The moment is sudden, out of place, and immediately unsettling. Keeping his distance, he watches quietly. The man doesn't notice him, absorbed in whatever he's doing, which only heightens the strangeness of the situation. The camper whispers that he wouldn't feel comfortable with that, then slowly backs away to find somewhere else.
Oh well, got one other place I could check out. If that's no good, I think I'll, it's a bit of a failed one. Here's another spot. I've camped there a few times by the waterfall. I've been looking around because I want a fire tonight, and there's just no dead wood. It's all green, and obviously you don't cut live trees. There is this thing here. There's like a drop off there, you can't really see. It's really nice here. Smell the garlic, it's gorgeous, it's really nice. But I think sometimes you've got to listen to your heart, and quite often my heart is right. My heart's saying, don't do it, go home. By the time I'm set up, I'll probably spend half the night trying to find wood to burn, and I could have a quiet one and sit in a tent. I don't want to watch videos and that, because it defines the purpose of being outside, really. I think I might go home, start again tomorrow.
Moving deeper into the woodland, he searches for a new spot. He comments on areas he's camped in before and the beauty of the forest, the scent of wild garlic, sunlight cutting through the leaves. But the earlier encounter lingers in his mind. Every rustle and crack of the undergrowth makes him pause. He checks several clearings, but each one feels wrong. Traces of people having been there, too little firewood, or just a sense that the space isn't right. What should be a routine search becomes tense and drawn out, shaped entirely by that first unexpected sighting.
Well, the lady just came by who's lost her dog. I've been here for about an hour or so. Very relaxing. I could easily stay here longer, but to be honest, that whistle and her shouting, it was just getting too much. But I said to her, I didn't see any dogs or anything come through here. Hopefully she'll find it. All packed away, leave no trace. Beautiful woodland. I really could stay longer, but the old whistle and shouting, oh, you can't get away from it.
Eventually, he finds a quieter place, makes a coffee, and begins to settle. But the quiet doesn't hold. A woman's voice echoes through the trees, whistling, calling for her lost dog, and repeating the search over and over. The calls carry eerily across the forest, weaving into the unease that's already taken hold. He notes she passes nearby, her voice cutting through the woods long after she's out of sight. By the end of the evening, he decides to pack up early. The scenery may be peaceful, but he can't shake the tension from the earlier encounter or the constant shouting through the trees. He leaves quietly, reminding viewers to leave no trace, but his tone is noticeably changed, reflective and cautious, aware of how quickly a trusted woodland can shift from peaceful to unsettling with just a single unexpected moment. And that wraps up another dive into the unknown. If you're into spine-chilling footage and unexplained encounters, hit that subscribe button and stick around. We've got more coming, and it only gets weirder from here.